Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today my name is Osereme, and if you're here for the first time, thank you so much for stopping by. On this channel I share sewing tutorial, pattern drafting, and all of that kind of content. So if you're interested in things like that, you definitely want to hit on the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. So in this channel today, we're going to be sewing this beautiful top I'm putting on right now. It's actually a very fun thing. I actually enjoyed every bit of making this video, although it took a lot of time, but it's actually worth it at the end. I mean, look at how beautiful this is. Well, if you're interested in seeing how I made this, if you've not seen the pattern drafting tutorial, please go ahead and check it out. It's already up on the channel. Now let's go straight into the video and see how you can join these together and get this really cute top I'm putting on right now. So let's go.
So guys, I already went ahead to use the pattern I drafted in the last video to cut out on my actual fabric. So for the body part, I used the blue African print fabric, and for the cup and the top of the back, the white part you're seeing, I used crepe. So this cup you're seeing right now, I use crepe, and as you can see on all my pattern, I added half an inch stitching allowance all the way around, just like I always do. So for the cup and for the back piece, as you can see, I actually have two pieces of both sides. So this is what I have, two pieces of both sides of the cup. So these are for the two cups, and I have two pieces of it. So one is going to serve as the front and the other one will just serve as a lining. If you cannot have enough fabric to use the same print, you can definitely use another kind of fabric for the lining. So what we are going to do is to head over to the sewing machine and stitch down this neck area here and here, just the neck area. And also we'll go ahead and stitch the neck area of the back as well. So after stitching it down, this is what I had. So this is what the front looks like. And also, like I said, I also went ahead to do the same thing for the back. So this is what the back looks like after I was done stitching it down. So now what we're going to do is leave these aside, and we're going to work on the front pieces. So guys, I've already gone ahead to cut out lining pieces for each of the blue pieces we have here. So whatever I do on the actual fabric, which is the blue pieces, I'm also going to repeat it on the lining. So first thing I'm going to do now is to head over to the sewing machine, and I'm just going to join the side of the front to the center, just the same way you're seeing me doing it, like this. So I've stitched it down, and this is what we have. I also went ahead to do the same thing on the lining pieces like I said before. Now we're going to flip this over to the back, which is right here. I've already done it, and I have this bias that I've created. So I'm going to go ahead and pin it down here on the back because I don't want this black line to show in front. So I'm doing it at the back. So I'm going to stitch this down on both sides so that I'll have room for my boning. So this is what it looks like at the back after I was done stitching it down. When we flip it over to the front, you see that there is nothing here. It looks as if it's the actual fabric, which is actually what I wanted. Now coming back to our cup pieces, these two here, what I'm going to do now is to head over to the sewing machine. I'm going to make a gather stitch all the way around this curve here, just from here down to where the neck stopped here. So I've made the gather stitch and left some ropes at the end so that I'll be able to pull the thread to give me that gather effect. So this is what I have. So what we're going to do now is to begin to pull on one of the threads. So I've picked the top thread, which is this one, and I'm just going to start pulling on it all the way around until it gets to the other end. So when you're through making these gathers on one end, we're going to take the measurement we have from our cup. As you can see, I left about half an inch on top before placing my tape, and then I'm going to take that measurement from that point here all the way around my cup until it gets to the top here. And as you can see, I have 12 inches. So I'm going to ensure that what I have on my cup here is also 12 inches as well. When you are sure that the measurements around your cup and the curve matches each other, next thing you're going to do is to make a line across this part here, just like you see me do. So you're going to place the white cup right on that line, and you're going to just pin it all the way around the curved area where the cup is supposed to sit, just like you see me doing it like this. Just very carefully pin it all the way around, just like you see me doing like this. Also ensure that when you get to the top where the cup is supposed to end, that there's a little bit of space at the top, just like what I had there, about ½ an inch as well, so that we'll use that to join the lining. So we're going to head over to the sewing machine now and stitch this around, and I will do just the same thing for this other cup as well. So guys, this is what it looked like after I was done stitching it down, and you can see that our top is gradually taking shape and it's looking very beautiful. So now we're going to add our lining to this, and I can honestly tell you guys that this part is going to be a little bit technical, but I'm going to try as much as possible to explain it clearly. So firstly, before I do anything, I'm going to place my boning through the casing I did earlier. So you're going to ensure that you cut the boning a little bit shorter than the space you actually have for it, so that you have enough space to stitch your lining later, so that it doesn't break off your needles. So now after I was done placing my boning and ironing it out, now it's time to work on our lining. So as you can see, I placed my lining right on it like this at the back, right? So I just flip it over and I'm pinning it all the way around for this particular cup. I don't know how I'll be able to explain this, but I just think it's best you just look at what I'm doing. Flip your lining over and just pin it all the way around the cup. So we're first of all doing this for this one cup. We'll do it one after the other, because if we decide to do it together, it will be very confusing. So we're just pinning this one part of the cup together right now with the lining, and when we're done stitching this together and ironing it out, we'll do it for the other side as well. So I'm going to head over to the sewing machine now and stitch this down around here. So as you can see, I've stitched it down with my sewing machine, right? So you can see the stitch line here. So this is what it looks like even before I iron it out. You can see how neat the back is looking. So I'm just going to flip it over again and make notches all the way around, and as well go ahead and iron this part of the cup out. So guys, this is what it looks like after I ironed it out. You can see this side is stitched down, so we still have this other side left, right? So again, I just flipped it over, and then this top area, that's the separation between the two cups, I just pin it down here, and then I'm placing the cup inside, ensuring that I'm not mistakenly pinning down the cup. I'm just going ahead to join the curved area of the actual fabric and the curved area of the lining together. This is actually the one that is harder to do because you have already stitched down one side, but you have to be very patient with this, because actually when you do it this way, it comes out really nice and beautiful. So I'm just actually pinning this down just like I did on the other side of the cup.
I don't really know what comes next. I'm just doing my best, even though I'm so stressed out. Everything just feels like a test that I fail, so depressed when I can't seem to get out. But something deep inside won't let.
So I'm going to go ahead to the sewing machine now and stitch it down here, this middle point here where the two cups are going to meet, and then I'll go ahead and stitch down the other pin side of the other cup as well. So this is what it looks like after I was done pinning it down. So just like I did for the other side as well, I'm making notches so that I'll be able to turn it to the right side again and iron it out. So guys, can you see that the stress is actually worth it? Look at the back even before we iron it out. Can you see how neat this is? Can you see? This is why I actually wanted to use this method, because it will come out really nice. So I went ahead to iron it out and everything is looking all straight and nice, and this is what we have. So what is left is just for us to join these sides, right? So we're going to flip it in again. I know you're tired, but that's just the easiest way to do this. So this one, you're just flipping in the sides and we're just going to pin it down. This is easy, just the normal way you would join your side. It's just that the cups are there, so it's making it look a little bit weird, but it's just the same process. So I'm just going to stitch it down here, and I will do the same thing for the other side as well. So this is basically all for my front piece. So this is what it looks like. So the front piece is ready. Now it's time to work on the back pieces. So I've already gone ahead to also cut our lining pieces for the blue part of the back, just like you see like this. So we're going to join this white part of the back to the blue. So the first thing we're going to do is to place these two blue pieces together, just the same way you're seeing me doing like this, right sides facing each other. And I marked 1.5 inch away from the side. You remember this back part has a 1.5 inch zipper intake, so that's what I did there. So I placed the neck area of my white on that notch I just made, and I'm covering it up with the lining, just like the same way you're seeing me doing like this. Ensure that that white is right on that notch, and I'm just going to pin the top of this together so that the white doesn't move away. And we're going to head over to the sewing machine and stitch this all the way around, and we'll do the exact same thing for the other pieces as well. So this is what we have after making the stitches around on both sides. So I'm just flipping it to the other side just with my free hand, just turn it over to the other side, and you can see how that neck area came out really nice. So this is what we were looking to get. So I'm going to head to iron this out, and this is what I have. Very beautiful. So the two back pieces are ready, and you can see the zipper allowance just here. So now I'm going to just mark that my zipper allowance all the way to the end here, so that I know exactly where it is. And then from that zipper line, I'm taking 3.5, which is my nipple to nipple measurement. I'm marking these to be able to make a notch here at this point, so that I'll go ahead and stitch down my dart. So I'm going to go ahead over to the sewing machine now, and from this point I'm going to make a dart. So this is what it looks like after I was done stitching down my darts. It's very clean. Now we're going to join our front and our back pieces together. So you're going to place the front and the back pieces right sides facing each other like this, and we're going to use one of the pieces to cover all the other ones like this from the neck area, just like the way you're seeing me doing it like this. And we're just going to hold it with pin so that it doesn't move away from where it is like this. So we're going to ensure that all of them, all 4 pieces, are right at the same spot, arranged properly, and just pin it down. And we're going to head over to the sewing machine and stitch it down here, and I will do the exact same thing for the other side as well. So it's stitched down, and I also went ahead to iron it out. So this is what it looks like. You can see it looks neat both at the front and the back. So the next thing I'm going to do is to fix my zipper on this zipper allowance here, and the zipper is going to just be on the blue part of this top. It's not going to get to the white, just the blue part. So I'm arranging the zipper where I want it to be, and I'm going to go ahead and stitch it down on the sewing machine. So I fixed the zipper. You can see it stopped right where the blue part of the fabric stopped, and also I went ahead to stitch the sides. So I made use of my measurement on the bust area, the waist area, and also on this point here. So when you are joining your own, make sure that you use your own body measurement that you measured in the beginning of this, making this dress. So now the next thing we're going to do is to go ahead and add the sleeves add the ruffle at the end, and then place my buttons. So this sleeve is going to be a bishop sleeve. I didn't share the cutting of this sleeve because it will take a lot of time doing the slash and spread method. So I am going to share this as a full tutorial in my next video. So I'm going to share the tutorial for making this sleeve in my next video. That's why I didn't share it fully here. So I've gone ahead to finish making the sleeves, and what we're going to do now is to join it to the armhole area of our top, right? So this part here on the shoulder area of our top, I'm just placing the top of my sleeve on it, and I'm just pinning the sleeve all the way around, just all the way around. Just look at how I'm doing it. So if you don't quite understand this right now, it's okay. I'm going to share it more detailed in my next video. So I'm going to go ahead and stitch down this armhole area, and after I was done, this is what I had. You can see the sleeve looks very nice. It's so pretty. This is just very cute and it's coming out so nice. So now on this end here, I felt like the V shape I had was not enough, so I just marked the middle point there, and on the sides I went up by another 1 inch, just like the same way you see me doing like this, and I just connected the point to give me a better V. So this is what I had. Now I've gone ahead to cut out this long piece for my ruffle. It's 5 inches on this length here, and the other part, which is longer, can be as long as 2 yards or 1.5 yards, depending on how much ruffle and how full you want your pleats to be. So I'm going to go ahead and pleat this now all around the end of my top. But before I do that, I'll fold this place in first on the sewing machine. After folding it, then we can go ahead and pleat it all the way around. So after I was done pleating this down, this is what it looks like, and you can see that our top is basically ready. All that is left is for me to place the buttons that you see in front of the one we're following in the middle. So that's what I'm going to do right now. So right now I'm just arranging the buttons where I want them to be in front of my top right here. So I'm going to go over and use my hand needle and thread to just stitch the buttons in place, and when I'm through with that, that will basically be all for this top. So guys, that's basically all for the making of this top. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section, and I actually hope that you try out making this top. The tutorial for the sleeve will be up in my next video, so if you're yet to subscribe, hit on the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.